Hi, good afternoon all, and good afternoon to Mr. Anton and Mr. Juwianto as my English lecturer in Universitas Universal. And who is watching this video? Hello, I'm Gloria Abigael Surliana. I'm from Management 2022. My name 2022-121-057. After speaker, the government side, the topic of debate now is this House would allocate resources toward adapting to climate change rather than mitigation or preventing climate change. I will be present my arguments why we agree about this motion. Adaptation and mitigation are two polarized response to climate change. Climate change is a change in regional and global climate pattern over the last four decades. It can also be described as a global warming, the gradual increase in the overall temperature of the Earth's atmosphere. Greenhouse gas emission are the main cause of the global warming. Then after that, I have a 5 point for the motion why I agree. First, overview and case difference. 2. What is climate change adaptation? Third, what is a climate change mitigation? Fourth, side-by-side comparison climate change adaptation versus mitigation in table form. The last is summary. And the first, we must know about this climate change adaptation is what? Climate change adaptation refers to action taken to reduce the adverse effect of climate change. Even if a greenhouse emissions are stabilized through the climate change mitigation, the effect of global warming could last 4 years, and adaptation is needed to deal with a climate change. Thus, a climate change adaptation includes anticipating the negative consequence of climate change and taking appropriate action to prevent or reduce damage it can cause. Some of the climate adjustment measures are as follows: building a flood barrier, drought resistant plane, use a scar water resource more efficiently, activity early warning system, creating a coastal buffer zone, and using trees and forest particles that are less susceptible to fire and storm. Next, change adaptation. Also, it is important to note that there might be positive and consequence of climate change as well. Thus, adaptation to change also includes taking advantage of opportunity that may arise due to climate change. For example, some areas might experience longer rainfall during some part of the year. This excess weather can be an advantage, and there is a proper plan in storing and using it. And what is climate change mitigation? Climate change mitigation refers to effort to prevent or stop greenhouse gas and emission, limit the magnitude global warming in the future. In addition, it can also include effort to remove greenhouse gas from the atmosphere. In other words, climate change mitigation involves recordings greenhouse gas emission as well as removing greenhouse gas from the atmosphere. In addition, climate change mitigation can include using clean energy source, using the technology, changing society, or making all technology more energy and efficient. Then clean energy sources as solar power, wind power, gas motor power, and hydropower is one of the main strategies in recording greenhouse gas emission. In addition, measures such as avoiding deforestation, recording the number of value and roads, and creating energy-saving equipment can also contribute to recording greenhouse gas. In addition, efforts such planting more there absorb carbon dioxide, building and storing carbon in power plants and factories can help greenhouse gas from the atmosphere. What is the difference between climate change, adaptation, and mitigation? First of all, the basic differences between climate change, adaptation, and mitigation is climate change adaptation refer to action taken to reduce the negative consequence of the climate change, where climate change mitigation refer to effort to limit emission greenhouse gas. Based on my opinion, early it can be seen why the reason I agree with this motion is because the important difference between climate change adaptation and mitigation is that climate change adaptation include anticipating the negative consequence of the climate change and taking a proactive action to turn off or reduce the damage it can use. In contrast, climate change mitigation involves recording greenhouse gas emission and removing greenhouse gases from the atmosphere. The conclusion is that we can also take a part in changing the future of the country, even the future of the world, by protecting the environment, not only for the city itself, even for our children and grandchildren later in a very easy way. And the simplest thing for the city to do is the first look at strategy and positive light, seeing the construction of flood barriers, especially in big cities, carried out by the government and Ministry of the Environment. More simple thing we can do by developing drought-resistant crops, using scarce water resource more efficiently, and developing effective early warning system are some of the steps that can be used in climate change adaptation. And other effective thing we can do apply through ourselves and by participating in promoting our closest people such as family, and using clean energy source, using the new technology, changing people behavior to be more open-minded for surrounding environment, or making all technology more energy and efficient are some of the strategy to implement this climate change mitigation. So yeah, this and then my reason why I agree for this motion. I think this enough, and thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next video, and thank you so much. Bye bye.